I'm Emily, 35, a store manager in Chicago, Illinois, and I've kept a story locked away for years, one that changed my life in ways I never expected. Today, I'm sharing it, guided by my therapist, hoping it might lighten my heart and help someone else. It started with a routine evening after work. I manage a small retail shop near the Loop, juggling inventory and customer complaints, my days blending into a steady rhythm. That night, I clocked out around 7 p.m., the city lights flickering as I headed to the bus stop on Michigan Avenue. I knew this route well, past the buzzing storefronts, the honking cabs, the familiar faces of late-night workers. My heels clicked against the sidewalk, my bag slung over my shoulder, thoughts drifting to dinner plans. Chicago's winter air bit at my cheeks, but I didn't mind, it was just another night. I wore my usual work outfit, black slacks, a blazer, my hair tied back in a practical bun. Life felt predictable, safe. Then, as I turned onto a quieter street, I noticed him, a man a few paces behind, his coat pulled tight, his gait uneven. At first, I brushed it off. Chicago's full of stragglers, especially after dark. But as I walked, his shadow lingered, matching my steps. My pulse quickened, though I told myself it was nothing. The man's presence behind me on that Chicago street grew heavier, and my instincts kicked in. I'm Emily, 35, and that night, my routine walk home turned strange. He was maybe 40, with a scruffy beard and a hood shadowing his face, his hands shoved deep in his pockets. I quickened my pace, my breath visible in the cold, but he kept up, his footsteps echoing mine. I glanced back, his eyes met mine, cold and unreadable. My stomach twisted. I decided to take a shortcut through a narrow alley near the bus stop, thinking it'd shake him off. The alley was dim, the streetlights flickering, trash bins lining the walls. I told myself it was fine, that I was overreacting. But as I turned the corner, his pace shifted, he broke into a run. Panic surged. My bag slipped, my keys jangled, and I stumbled, my heart pounding. He was close now, his breath ragged. I shouted, "Leave me alone," but the alley swallowed my voice. Chicago's distant hum faded as fear took over. I darted toward a brighter street, my heels scraping the pavement, but he was faster. The realization hit, this wasn't a coincidence. My safe world was crumbling, and I didn't know how to stop it. The alley in Chicago closed in around me, and I, Emily, 35, faced my worst fear. That man, his face twisted with intent, lunged, grabbing my arm. I screamed, thrashing, but he threw me to the ground, the cold concrete biting my knees. My bag flew, scattering my things, lipstick, wallet, a photo of my parents. He loomed over me, his hands tearing at my coat, his breath hot and sour. Terror froze me. I couldn't think, only feel the weight of his attack. Chicago's noise, car horns, distant laughter seemed miles away. I kicked, my voice hoarse, begging him to stop, but he didn't. Then, a miracle. Footsteps pounded toward us, two young guys, maybe 22, in hoodies and sneakers, their voices sharp. "Hey! Get off her," they yelled. They charged, pulling him off me, their strength pinning him down. I scrambled back, shaking, my coat torn, my hands bloody from the fall. One held the man in a chokehold while the other dialed 911. Sirens wailed in the distance as relief flooded me. Those boys saved me, their faces a blur of anger and concern. The police arrived, cuffing him, his curses fading as they dragged him away. I sat there, stunned, the alley's darkness lifting with their light. The alley in Chicago grew quiet after the police took the man away, and I, Emily, 35, tried to steady myself. Those two young guys, tall, with earnest eyes, helped me up, their hands gentle. My knees throbbed, my coat hung in shreds, but I was alive. The cops took my statement, their flashlights cutting through the dark, asking about the attack. I described his face, his grip, my voice trembling. They assured me he'd be locked up, but the fear lingered, a cold knot in my chest. The boys introduced themselves, Jake, with messy brown hair, and Tyler, quieter but kind. Jake offered me a tissue, his smile warm. "You okay?" he asked. I nodded, though I wasn't. The police left, and the alley felt less threatening with them there. Jake hesitated, then said, "How about some tea?" To calm down? I laughed weakly, surprised, but agreed. We walked to a small cafe on State Street, the city's lights a comfort. Over chamomile, we talked his college stories, my store woes. His kindness eased my shock. Days passed, and he called, checking on me. Our conversations grew, dates followed, and soon, we were inseparable. That nightmare birthed something beautiful, love I never saw coming. Jake and I built a life together in Chicago, and I, Emily, 35, found healing in that bond. After the attack, we moved in together near Lake Michigan, his presence a shield against my nightmares. Tyler stayed a friend, visiting with his guitar, filling our home with music. I returned to work, my manager role a routine again, but the alley haunted me, flashes of that night, the man's hands. Therapy helped. My therapist, Dr. Patel, urged me to face it, to share it. I'd never told anyone, not even Jake fully, the shame too heavy. But one session, she said, speaking it aloud can free you. So here I am, telling you. The attack left scars, panic in dark streets, awareness of strangers, but Jake's love mended me. We've been together 3 years now, planning a future. That night, a curse became a blessing, leading me to him. I'm glad the police caught that man, he's behind bars. Sharing this lifts the weight, maybe it'll inspire someone to seek help or find hope. If you've survived something, speak up. You're not alone. Chicago's skyline, once a reminder of fear, now shines with my resilience. Thank you for listening. Like, comment, and subscribe to my secret stories for more tales of survival and love.